loves, thanks for returning. I hope this video finds you happy and doing well. As you know by the thumbnail, this video is going to be on products that I feel are underrated and just kind of deserve more love. So if you're interested, then just keep watching. So I got a few products here, and of course the products that I'm going to talk about are not anything new on the market. These are products that were, of course, once they were released, but since then have just kind of fizzled down, and I'm not really sure why. There are some products that, you know, the wave just kind of stays consistent, but these are some products that I really do feel are good quality. They're worth the money, but they just for some reason are underrated. They just don't get a lot of love. So I'm just going to talk about a few. I have some eyeshadow palettes, a highlighter, a blush, foundation, a concealer, lipstick, you know, things like that. So let's just go ahead and get started. Let me just go ahead and start off with an eyeshadow palette. And this is an eyeshadow palette by Butter London. And actually, I don't think that I've ever seen any YouTube videos on this. They have two eyeshadow palettes. One is like a neutral type of shade, and they have another one that's kind of like a mauve pink type of shade, or at least the color story is like that. But these eyeshadows are really good. I find them to be very creamy and they blend really well. Now these eyeshadows are $36 a pop, so maybe people are kind of turned off by the price and, you know, the palette being so small, but I really enjoy this palette. And if you're looking for shimmers or metallics that blend in seamlessly with pretty much any type of matte that you can really think of, because there's so many matte formulas out there on the market, this would definitely be one to try. Of course, if you get it from Ulta, I think Ulta still sells it. You can of course use your points. I think I've also seen it at Kohl's. So it's just a number of places, but this is one to definitely check out. The next eyeshadows that I have are by Smashbox, and I love these little things. These are the Smashbox cover shots, and let's see, I have two. I have one with the little fancy type of packaging, but the formula of Smashbox eyeshadows are really good. But what I particularly like about the matte eyeshadows by Smashbox is that when you go in to apply it on a concealer, and let's say you want to leave it wet, or if you want to leave it tacky, it will not darken up, or the shadow won't deepen up on the edges. Some matte eyeshadows are notorious for doing that on the market, and Smashbox eyeshadows don't do that. They blend like a dream. I actually have on the two of these right now on my eyes. I have this palette on. I use two metallics out of this one, and the metallics are very creamy, very buttery, and as far as the lid color and my brow bone highlight and my outer V, I have this palette on. But if you're looking for something that's easy to travel with, that is going to be no fuss, and when I say no fuss, when you apply it, it's going to blend, it's going to do what you need it to do when you need it to do it, I would definitely try these. But I just feel like these are just underrated. Alright, so next I have two products by Laurec. One is a highlighter, and this is their Glow for Gold highlighter, and it comes in a little packaging like this. I always reach for it. It is so beautiful, and I think that it probably could go with any skin tone. The formula is very soft and creamy, and of course it blends well. So this is it right here. Very, very pretty. Totally underrated. I just don't see a lot of people talking about it, and I don't understand why. It's really not a pricey product. I think this may have been $29 or something like that. But this is one product that if you're looking for a highlighter, you know, definitely check this one out. Another underrated product by Laurec is their blushes, and this is like a violet blush. This one is so pretty, and I like to really pair this one when I'm doing a monochromatic type of look. My last upload, I did a kind of purple eye and a big purple lip, and I had this blush on, and it was so pretty. Let me swatch it for you. It's very pigmented. See it all all that well. Well, yes you can, there it is. But I think that this shade looks really good on deeper skin tones, and of course lighter skin tones can rock it as well. Just probably use it with a lighter hand. But their blushes are really nice. I really enjoy it, and I definitely think that it's an underrated product. All right, so this next one is a foundation by Flesh, and this is their stick foundation. And you know, when this foundation first came out, there was a lot of hype about it. Some people didn't even like the name. I did a video actually demoing this, and I'll link it up above for you to check out, but it just doesn't get a lot of love. I think that it's a really good foundation, and the shade that I have it in is in Praline, and there it is. And it's just a really good formula. You know how some foundations can lean a little bit too oily. This one doesn't do that. And I would, for the most part of it, call this a satin finish. If you're going to set it, you don't have to heavily set it. Now, I wouldn't say that it's going to last you for 8 or 9 or 10 hours. As far as the longevity, it is about average, but the way that it looks is really beautiful. And this company is pretty much owned by Revlon, from my understanding. So if you're a fan of Revlon's formulas and things like that, you might want to check this one out. But this is one, again, that just doesn't get enough love, and I think it's totally underrated. All right, so the next one that I have is a concealer, and I was actually in Kohl's and I ran across this concealer by Mally. Now, Mally used to be a brand that was in Ulta. I haven't seen it in my Ulta in a while. I'm not even sure if Ulta still sells that brand or this brand, but this concealer is really nice. I like the color on my skin tone. I actually have it on now, and I find that this is a very hydrating formula, and it's very pigmented, and I feel as though it's going to give you the right amount of coverage. I wouldn't say that it's overly thick. I wouldn't say that it's overly thin. I would say that the formula is just a really good formula. Definitely check this one out, especially if you have mature skin and you're looking for a concealer that is going to provide really good coverage but just not be too drying on the eyes. Again, I have it on now and I think that it's absolutely beautiful. All right, so this next one is by Too Faced, and this is their peel, and this is going to, and I know you're going to be like, oh, that's so gimmicky, but it really works. But this is their peel off eyeliner, and I have it in a gold glitter. And the reason that I particularly like this is whenever I do like to do those fancy eye looks or whatever, when I go to take it off, I can actually just peel it off. Whereas with the normal glitter or the traditional type of glitter, you all know that if you use a wipe or if you use a melting balm or something like that, it's pretty much going to get everywhere and it's going to turn into a mess. But these are really nice and they actually peel off, and it's just a really pretty glitter, and I really like it. So if you are one that just likes to do a lot of those fancy schmancy eye looks, you know, from time to time, but you don't like the mess, definitely check this peel off eyeliner by Too Faced. All right, next I have a lipstick and a lip gloss by Tarte, and I purchased this a while ago and I love using it. I love the formula, and I like the fact that you get the lipstick on one end right here and you get the lip gloss on this end. And this formula of lipstick, very beautiful, very creamy. This is a really pretty red. And as far as the lip gloss, it is not sticky, it is long wearing, and it is very pigmented, as you can see. Okay, so it pairs well by itself, or you can of course apply the lipstick and apply the lip gloss on top of it. I find that if you do pair it with the lip gloss on top of the lipstick, it will last a little bit longer. But either way, these are really nice. All right, the next item that I have is a holographic eye topper, and this is by JCat. These are so magnificent, especially for the cost. These are just a few bucks, or it could be 5 or 6. I'm not sure. I'll put it on the screen. But these are so pretty. Let me swatch it for you. It's very metallic-y, and it goes on really well on top of eyeshadows. It's not going to, let's say you do a look and you apply this topper. So you know how some toppers can kind of pick up or not be very pigmented. This one is not like that. It's not streaky. It's really pretty, and especially for how much it costs. I really have been enjoying this topper, and it just kind of makes for some really pretty looks, and it's underrated, and I'm not really sure why. And the last thing thing that I have is an eyeliner by Pop Beauty, and Pop Beauty really does have a lot of products that are really underrated. I have their pigments, I have their toppers and metallic eyeshadows, just all kind of stuff. But the one that I want to talk about in this video that I really don't see anybody talking about at all is the eyeliner. And this eyeliner is so creamy. It's not streaky or anything like that, and it's very matte. Let me draw it on again so you can see. Okay, so really pretty. And for this eyeliner, on the other end, on the other tip, you get like a little smudger, so you can kind of smudge it out and do all kind of pretty looks with your eyes and things like that. But it's really affordable, and you know, truth be told, when you compare it, when I compare this with other higher end eyeliners, they work the same. But yeah, this is a really good one and super affordable. So yeah, that's it. Pretty much short and sweet. I just wanted to pop in here and just talk about a few things that I feel are underrated and that just deserve more love. What are some things in your collection that you feel are underrated and that really deserve more love? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until my next video, smooches.